Shit, man, you guys are gonna tease me. You're not gonna let me have this for another few weeks. Mazda CX-50 ownership update. We had a pretty big suspension failure that was surprising. So let me tell you what happened. Essentially, I'm just driving my car, and I notice every time I get on the brakes, there's a clunking, and I feel like the clunking is coming from the driver's front side, and the steering also pulls ever so slightly to the left every time I get on the brakes. And I noticed that it happens at lower speeds, and I feel it also over bumps, like getting off and on my driveway. And I'm like, this is definitely not normal. This is not something that was happening before. I take it to my local Mazda dealership, and they say, yeah, upon first inspection, it's pretty clear that the lower control arm is busted. Now, the video that they provided, it's pretty low resolution, as you can see, so I can't see with great detail, but based on the location, it looks like it was the bushing that failed. Might even be the surrounding metal structure, I'm not sure. But it doesn't look like this is a common problem, because I looked this up online and I haven't seen any other reports of people having this issue with the Mazda CX-50. So the dealership was super cool. They said, hey, we'll give you a loaner vehicle. Actually gave me a CX-90, and I reviewed that up here. CX-90 was awesome, by the way. And they got a new lower control arm on the driver's side, and now I'm driving my vehicle and it's back to normal. So what actually could have caused it, I'm not sure, but the first time I recognized it was when I was in the parking lot of the Red Rock Canyon National Park. They have like this gravel parking lot, and there's like a little bit of slight bumps here and there, but nothing too serious, not actually off-roading. Any normal car can drive on that gravel parking lot. But that's when I first noticed it, and I wasn't the one actually driving the vehicle at the time. So I'm wondering if the person who was driving the vehicle maybe like just hit a bump and that caused the failure. But if that was the case, that's the most likely situation that I can think of. That still seems quite strange that going on a little bump on a gravel parking lot would cause a failure of this magnitude. So maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was just, I don't know, quality control issue and the component failed under just regular driving. I don't know, but something that is worth noting. Apart from that, I've been driving this car now for over a year. I got it right after Thanksgiving of 2022, and I've put on over 11,000 miles, and I am loving this vehicle. It's actually kind of funny because right now I have two cars in my garage, but I get a third, which you're gonna see at the end of this video as we drive to the location where we're gonna see that new car. But I have a Toyota GR86 2022 base trim 6-speed manual, and I have this. And almost every single time I drive, I'm driving this and not my GR86. And before getting the cars, what I expected is that I would mostly be driving the GR86, and I would only be taking out the CX-50 when I needed to go to the grocery store or Costco, get a lot of things, haul a lot of stuff. Because obviously the GR86 is a sports car. It drives better, it's more engaging, it's more fun. You can get it sideways around even little corners like this because the limits are so low and it's so easy to control at the limit. But what's actually ended up happening is I barely ever drive it. And that struck me by surprise. And I think a big part of that is that this car is just so good. Does it drive like a sports car? No, but it drives way better than you would expect any small CUV to drive. Like the CX-5 in front, I've reviewed, we compared both the CX-50 versus the CX-5. This drives, based on my preferences of sporty driving dynamics, drives way better than the CX-5. The steering is way more responsive, it is beautiful feedback. This car has better steering than my GR86, which is ridiculous to say, but it has better steering than my GR86. It also has a lot of creature comforts. It has 360 cam, heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel, and you can get heated seats and heated steering wheel in the GR86. I'm not saying that's necessarily a deciding factor, but this cabin is such a special place to be. They did a great job with the design, the controls, the fit and finish is not, luxury standards, but it's still a really comfortable and premium cabin. It's such a great place to be that in conjunction with the way that it drives, and again, it drives way better than any small CUV should, plus the practicality. I've been driving this a lot because I've been cycling way more recently. You guys can follow me on Strava, and I just fit my bike in the back with the seats folded down. But I just find myself reaching for the keys of this vehicle more often than not. It's fun to drive, it's easy to drive, it's comfortable, it's practical. It's just really surprised me in a lot of ways. So it's more of a testament to how good this car is. The GR86 is fantastic, but I am going to be getting rid of it for something a little bit more hardcore, track prepped S2000, etc., something more that's extreme, not just a comfortable, practical daily driver that is sporty, that the GR86 is, and maybe I could modify it to be a little bit more focused, like a little track weapon, but I've just had the 8.6 platform for over a decade, and it's time for something else. But the main thing I'm trying to say here is that this car is just so good. After driving this for over a year, I don't feel any desire to get rid of it. The only thing that is gonna make me want to replace this is driving the CX-90 makes me realize that they did such a good job with the 90, and I know the 70 is coming out next year. Actually, no, this year, in 2024. And if the 70 is just a shrunken down version of the 90, that's probably the right vehicle for me, because I don't need a third row. And the reason I want the 70 over the 50 is that it is going to be a little bit more premium, but more importantly, it's going to have an inline-six rear-wheel drive based all-wheel drive system that will also let me tow way more. So I can tow my vehicle to the track, and that's going to be a huge game changer. It's going to drive, I'm sure, very similar to the CX-50 and the CX-90, which I think drive phenomenally for what they are. And with the better powertrain, the better build material and quality, it is going to be the perfect little CUV for me. And I think if you're watching this channel, you probably are also a car enthusiast, rather a driving enthusiast of some sort, because I think many people are car enthusiasts for various reasons, and a small subset of those car enthusiasts are driving enthusiasts. They care about how a vehicle handles and drives and makes them feel, not just about the status and how cool it is and how fast it is 0 to 60 and, you know, is it gonna get more Instagram likes. You know, it's not just about that. It's about the way it drives, how you feel behind the wheel. And if that's you, then you're gonna love the sports cars, the things that we review on track or in the canyons, but you're also gonna enjoy what Mazda's been putting out, even in the CUV segment, which literally 2 years ago, I was like super anti-CUV. I could never imagine myself owning one because who needs them? You can just get a sedan. And I even used to put my bicycle on a little tow hitch on the back of my FRS. And I was like, hey, you don't really need a larger vehicle. But now, after owning one, I understand the added practicality. I understand how much nicer it is to put my bike inside the car rather than hanging out the back, especially if it's a nicer carbon fiber bike. But today is a very special day. We are heading to a special spot to see the newest addition to my garage. I've been waiting for this car for 2 years, and I got a photo earlier this morning, and I was so juiced. The tragic thing is that I can't pick it up today for two reasons. Number one is that the PDI, the pre-delivery inspection, is not complete. It'll be done by the end of the week. The car literally just arrived today. And number two, the vehicle is just being sold for the first time in the United States. And for that reason, the manufacturer has not gotten approval from an emissions standpoint. It will pass emissions, but nationwide it hasn't gotten approval for emissions. So once that is done and the PDI, then I'll be picking up my car. So I am eagerly anticipating the arrival of that car in my garage. Oh, that's the Elettre. They're SUV. The Elettre, Lotus's SUV, and some people hate on that. Oh my god, you gotta make light sports cars. A lot of the purists even hate this car because it should be lighter, right? Over 3,000 pounds is not the Lotus way. Add lightness. Colin Chapman. But if this helps them stay in business and be successful and thrive, just like Cayenne did for Porsche, then I'm all for it. Although the styling, I think the styling on this is out of this world. I think this styling is, I'll just say, polarizing. Not for sale. Looks like someone else got their Amira in, I think this is called Hethel Yellow, if I'm not mistaken. Silver wheels, black pack on the top and bottom. I also got my black pack top and bottom. Dude, what a looker. What a looker. Double wishbone, all four corners. This guy optioned his car well with a 6-speed manual transmission. I compared the automatic versus the manual, and the automatic just does this car a disservice in my opinion. Oh my guy. Letting the anticipation build. Oh, I see a Huracan. See a Scion TC. Oh ho ho. I see Amiras. I'm pretty excited, man. Are you excited?
That was the first one I got.
How many did you guys get?
Like 11.
11? Yeah. Are these the first ones you guys are getting for customer deliveries?
No, this is the second batch.
When did the first batch come in?
Probably about 2 weeks ago. Like right around Christmas.
But the owners haven't been able to pick them up because of the emissions issues, right?
Exactly right.
Nice, nice.
You know
Thank you, man. Oh shit. There it is. Dude, this blue pops. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Yes, boys. That's my car. Oh my god.
Sweet, right?
God damn. Blue on tan. Dude, that's nice. That is real nice. Shit, man, you guys are gonna tease me. You're not gonna let me have this for another few weeks.
That's why I was calling Blake beforehand, and I was like, "What's the background? What's the information on it?" But soon enough, great things take time, they say.
Yeah, I've driven a few of these already.
Okay.
So I don't need to drive it necessarily. Yeah, I'm just excited to see it in person, man. This blue is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Damn. First edition, mine's actually a first edition 2.0, but the first edition 2.0 still get that first edition badge. Nice little touch. One of the sales guys from a year ago when I first drove an Amira said the diamond cut wheels is probably only going to be for the first edition. We'll see if they release that for the rest, but glad we got that optioned.
Finally here, huh?
Yeah, man, I'm...
Sick long enough.
Yeah, what was it, like 2 years? 2+ years? All right, guys, let me know what you think of the 2023 Lotus Amira. Leave a comment down below. Did I spec it right? Did I spec it wrong? Manual transmission, Michelin Pilot Cup 2s, yellow calipers, Atlantis blue exterior, tan leather interior. Much love, my friends, and I'll see you all in the next one.